Hello, litigators. Court is now in session. So we have some update, a very small update in the Shanquella Robinson matter. Just today, the Attorney General, the Mexican Attorney General, who is sent the extradition paperwork to have one of the CABO 6 individuals extradited, met with the governor of Mexico today, which is Victor, Mr. Victor, sorry, it's hard to say their name sometimes, Mr. Victor Castro. So he met today. They had this really long meeting and they had this press conference. It was about a 50-minute press conference. And during this press conference, and they were talking about some of their upcoming plans, there was a reporter who asked a question about what was the Attorney General, the Baja Sur Attorney General, going to do about the woman, the American woman who was brutally unalived in, Cabo Sur. Well, Daniel de la Rosa answered that question during the press conference, and he was shedding light on what he has done and actually giving us somewhat of some underlying answers of what's going on. So today, the Attorney General of the state of Baja Sur, Daniel de la Rosa Anaya, confirmed this morning that they have made requests for the CABO 6 to be questioned in this case during the press conference. So, and he also said that the governor of Mexico has already presented all the pertinent procedures to extradite the accused individual, the woman that was involved. So they're saying we did our part. It's up to y'all now. It's up to the American officials to do something. So I'm going to tell you word for word what he said, and then I'm going to show you the video. It's in Spanish, y'all. So I got the translation in advance because, of course, I tried to get it, so that we can have the captions, but I wasn't able to. When I tried to press the captions, it just stays Spanish. So I had to get it translated. So I'm going to tell you what the translation is right now. And then I'll play it for you in Spanish so you can just see it so that you know that it actually happened and you're not being bamboozled or anything. It's good to see it. It's called a receipt. So basically what he said verbatim after the reporter, she just basically said, so what is your plans? What do you plan to do about the woman who was brutally unalived in Cabo, And so what the Attorney General said during the answer, he said you basically was like, thank you. There's already a judicial order for the crime of femicide to the detriment of the victim. The red card was requested from Interpol. So they're saying we did our part. We requested the red card. The immigration alert was also requested to the authorities for the entry and the exit of the country. Additionally, a request for international extradition with the support of the Attorney General's office and the authorities of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They said the appropriate procedures have already been carried out with the U.S. authorities, and the course is being followed. The legal procedure that the U.S. authority enforces according to the protocols of these institutions. They said there is impunity in the case. It is being they said there is no impunity. Sorry, I said that wrong. They said there's no impunity in this case. It's being fully investigated. So they're not going to just basically let somebody get away with it. They're going to do the full investigation. There's no one's going to be exempt from punishment. That's basically what he's saying. There's not going to be any type of plea deals. It's being fully investigated. He is very forceful in his words. He means he's going to prosecute this to the full degree. When he says there is no impunity in the case, that means he's not going to try to plea bargain with the CABO 6 if they comply with the investigation. That doesn't mean he's going to just give them a slap on the wrist and say, oh, okay, fine, you could just, we won't prosecute you because you complied. No, he's saying there is no impunity. That means he is very seriously going to prosecute this, and whoever's involved is going to be prosecuted. He said it is important right now to remove and above all, obtain the judicial order of the alleged responsible for these unfortunate acts. The omissions, including some situation of criminal authorship of the complicity, is all being investigated. He's basically saying we're doing a full investigation of this case. He also said what he shedded light on is that the CABO 6 are actually being interviewed. He said, in fact, interviews with international collaboration material have also been requested from the U.S. authorities. It is important the interviews of the friends who are related to the unfortunate event be shared or be carried out. So he is basically confirming, guys, we haven't got inside information from him during this press conference today, that he submitted requests for the U.S. officials to interview the CABO 6 involved in this to do a full investigation. So basically, he is utilizing utilizing the American officials, meaning the FBI and the other law enforcement in America, to facilitate those interviews on his behalf, because of course he can't do it. So he's having the FBI go out and interview the CABO 6. And that he is saying there's going to be no plea bargains, basically. No impunity means you're not going to be exempt. So that's good news. There are people in Mexico that also want this case fully prosecuted. It's not just Americans that are very active about this case and care about this case. In fact, when I show you the video, which I'm going to show you a little later, there is a comment in the video from somebody from Mexico in the comments saying, what are you guys going to do about the Shanquella Robinson case? Like, there are people in Mexico, guys, that are fully vocal about this. They are reminding the attorney general any chance they get about what they're going to do. The reporters are reminding them. The reporters are being vocal. So this is good news. It's not just Americans that care about Shanquella. I'm really happy to hear that there are people in Mexico very adamant about this prosecution. And this attorney general here, he's standing here. This was just today, guys, just 7 hours ago that he went to meet with the governor. But this governor is not playing about this prosecution. The only thing I'm really concerned about is he's just saying that the other CABO 6 are being interviewed. That was the only thing that I was concerned about in his interview. I mean, during his response to the reporter, because I'm like, instead of just interviewing them, are you like, what are you guys doing about trying to figure out whether they're going to be charged? That's the thing that kind of frustrated me, but it is what it is. So I'll show you some pictures of what happened today. So this is him today going to meet with the governor, and here's some security there, of course, making sure he's safe, y'all. Oh no, what is going on with this? It's taking forever. Oh no, I don't know what's going on with that. Why is it taking so long? Here's another picture of today. Here's the Attorney General right there. Lots of security, y'all. They were not playing today. They were definitely fully armed. Got to make sure they don't play, because you know the cartel's up here. Now, here's the one monumental picture here I want to show you, is that he is meeting with the governor. This is the Governor Victor, and this is the Attorney General. They're shaking hands. They just met today about a lot of different updates and procedure. And so forth. They had a whole press conference talking about all the criminal conduct going on there in their country and what they plan to do about it. And that's when the question arose. And here is the monumental picture here too, is where he was actually in the process of answering that question regarding Shanquella Robinson. So I think this is really good news, just because we've got reporters, we got people that are in Mexico that care about this case. That is phenomenal to me. And this is found on their website. If you guys are not website, their page on Facebook. If you want to come to their page on Facebook, I would recommend you follow this page, because you will be able to get a lot of updates. But if you come here to more and you go to videos, this video here is the press conference that happened today. But I want to show you something. Let me see if you guys can see this. Okay, you guys can. So I want to show you something pretty monumental. So if you go to the comments here, there's people in the comments. And if you do the translation, this person says right here, what's going on with the investigation of the brutal attack left behind of the young Mexican Shanquella Robinson found dead in Los Cabos, 10/29/2022? These are people like in the country that are not, that really care. And I think that's really awesome, in my opinion. Now, of course, this is going to be in Spanish, guys, but I will play, unfortunately, I'll play the part. Sorry, it's in Spanish. I already read it, the English translation to you, but I'll read it again after that part again, just so if anybody didn't catch it again, I'll just read it one more time. But essentially what he's saying is that he and the governor have completed their process in applying and filing the appropriate documents that are needed. They have submitted the request to the United States. They have also submitted requests that all of the CABO 6 be interviewed. So they are being interviewed as we speak. So that is definitely confirmed by the Attorney General. So that's the part where you have confirmation from the Attorney General himself that he has submitted a request that the CABO 6 be interviewed regarding the person that has the warrant. The only thing I'm worried about is just like, what is going on? I think whatever was submitted to the U.S. officials, they don't feel it's sufficient, and they're also doing their own investigation, especially into that. They did their own autopsy. The FBI did their own autopsy. So I'm going to at least play this for you guys. But again, it's going to be in Spanish. This is good news, Sierra. I'm so excited. They confirmed. We have a confirmation that they submitted a request to interview the CABO 6. So we can at least say we know the CABO 6 are all being interviewed. Okay, they're not just sitting around looking cute. The only thing I'm a little worried about, like I said, is how come this Attorney General is not talking about looking into following charges? But like I said, this Attorney General is very angry about this case. I'm telling you, he's not playing. If he can get his hands on these CABO 6, it's no joke. He's going to prosecute them to the fullest because he used key words here. Now, usually with an Attorney General, when they're asking certain people that may be charged with a crime that could be possibly looking at charges, if this person is not that much culpable in the crime, then they will look and try to give them a plea bargain, like saying, hey, if you testify against such and such who they think is more culpable, then we'll give you like a lesser charge. But he used key words when he said there is no impunity. Oh my God, when he said that, I was like, oh, he's not playing. Even if these CABO 6 do comply, if he finds that any of them are implicated in the crime in any way, he's going after all of them. He's not even giving any shortcuts, and that is not typical of a prosecutor, just saying. So let's just play this clip here, and then I will translate it one more time for those people who don't, remember the translation. I just wanted to at least summarize it at the beginning and at the end to refresh your recollection.
De esta administración, aquí podemos advertir la disminución.
Xiomara de Más Noticias. Una pregunta, por favor.
Buenos días, gobernador, y a la mesa. Preguntarle en relación, ya comentaba un poquito sobre el tema de la joven asesinada en Los Cabos. Sigue en pie el tema de la extradición, saber también, entonces, no ha sido detenida esta persona, que les han informado en estas últimas semanas, estos últimos días, y sobre las personas que estuvieron también presentes, que aparecen pues en este video, ya fueron identificadas, y también si hay una orden de aprehensión en contra de estas personas. Gracias.
At that particular time, that was the question that the reporter was asking. She was particularly asking, what are you guys planning to do about the tragedy that happened with the woman, the American woman? That's what they said. She never said her name. She just said the American woman that was, murdered in CABO. That was her question. So, hold on. And then, so that was her full question, essentially. I'm just summarizing what she asked. And then I'm going to now play the Attorney General's response to that.
Bueno, muchas gracias, con su permiso. Bueno, en relación a la pregunta, efectivamente ya hay un mandamiento judicial por el delito de feminicidio en agravio de la víctima. Se solicitaron tanto la ficha roja Interpol, ya está emitida, la alerta migratoria también por parte de las autoridades de INAMI y para la entrada y salida del país. Y también solicitada la extradición internacional con el apoyo de la Fiscalía General de la República y las autoridades de la Secretaría de Relaciones Exteriores. Ya se han hecho los trámites pertinentes a las autoridades norteamericanas. Se está siguiendo el curso ya del propio procedimiento legal que la autoridad norteamericana desarrolla en base a los protocolos de esas instituciones. Y en lo relacionado con su pregunta también, si se amplía, no hay ninguna impunidad en el caso, se está investigando integralmente. Era importante ahorita sacar, sobre todo obtener el mandamiento judicial de la presunta responsable de estos lamentables hechos, pero también por omisiones o inclusive alguna situación de autoría delictiva y de complicidad. Se está investigando. De hecho, ya se solicitaron también unas entrevistas en materia de colaboración internacional a las autoridades norteamericanas para que se envíen las entrevistas de las y los amigos que son los relacionados ahí con el evento lamentable. Entonces, sí se ha hecho todo lo que la autoridad mexicana, o en este caso las autoridades de Baja California Sur, en conjunto con las autoridades federales, hemos tenido que ir realizando en una investigación muy objetiva e integral. Muchas gracias.
Sí, el siguiente en el orden de participación, Pedro Mazón, de Foro 10.
So basically, let me translate that. But one of the things they did confirm in this press conference, guys, so you need to, if you want to go and download it and get it the full translation, it starts at about 56 minutes into it. They do actually confirm there's been no arrest. They say that during the conference. They say there's been no arrest. They said it themselves. So that confirms, y'all, that Gerardo Zuniga was lying, because they themselves during this press conference. So if you don't believe me, just go to the website here. Let me see if I can go to this page. It's right there on the screen. It's Procedura General de Justicia del Estado de Baja California, sir. I don't speak Spanish. Anyways, y'all, go to that page on Facebook, download this video. I'm just giving you the news. Y'all can download it yourself. And once you get to the 56-minute mark, during that conversation, y'all, he confirms there's been no arrest. He says it. Okay. He said it. So that right there confirms that there's in fact been no arrest. They said some interviews have also been requested in terms of the international collaboration to the North American authorities, so that they send the interviews of the and the friends who are the related there to the event. Unfortunate. So, and he says, if everything has been done, that the Mexican authorities are in this case, the Baja California authorities, together with the federal authorities, have had to carry out a very objective and comprehensive investigation. So he's basically saying he has teamed up with the federal government in America to do a fully comprehensive investigation. That's why it's taking long. They're doing all the questionings. They're doing the second autopsy. All this full investigation is being done. But the best part we are hearing from is they themselves. So let me do that translation once more just to make sure. They said the girl said little to the subject of the woman. Here, let me go back to that and try to translate that. Sorry, guys. They said there's a part of the brick guard, blah, blah, blah. I'll wait till they translate it. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to read the translation as I'm going through it. Hold on. Let me see. So basically what she was saying is the woman was asking what was going on with the Mexican or the American woman who was, brutally beaten, basically. Okay. It's not word from word what she said, but that's basically what she said. She said sorry, guys, I'm waiting for the translation to go. She said, the first to ask, sorry, guys. I'm trying to get to that part. It's so frustrating. I'll just say forget her and I'll do the translation of what he said. So basically what he said is that, I'll say it one more time, is that there is already a judicial order for the crime of femicide to the detriment of the victim. The red card was requested from Interpol. The immigration alert was also requested to the authorities for the entry and exit of the country. Additionally, a request for international extradition with the support of the Attorney General's office and the authorities of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The appropriate procedures have already been carried out with the U.S. authorities, and the course is being followed. The legal procedure that the U.S. authority enforces according to the protocols of these institutions. There is no impunity in the case. Basically, they're saying there is no exemption from punishment. That's what he's basically saying. There is no exemption from punishment. I'm going full force. That's what he's basically saying. I'm going all in. Whatever they did wrong, no shortcuts here. He said it is being fully investigated. It is important right now to remove and above all obtain the judicial order of the alleged responsible for these unfortunate acts, the omissions, including some situation of criminal authorship of the complicity. It is all being investigated. So what he was basically saying there, y'all, he's using a lot of fancy words to say, if anybody was complicit, conspiring in this criminal conduct, they're all being investigated. Nobody's getting away with this. Everybody's being looked at. That's what he's saying. And then he says, in fact, interviews with international collaboration material has also been requested from the U.S. authorities. It is important the interviews of the friends who are related to the unfortunate be conducted. So they're interviewing them. But if he finds that any of them are involved in this or are found to be guilty of a crime in their opinion, y'all, or have committed a crime, they're all going to be held accountable. So that is really good news. I do encourage you guys, if you guys want to actually do the full translation yourself, just download it from the page. I just showed you the page right there. Click on videos and it's right there for you. And it's just start at the 56 mark and just wait for just a few seconds until the reporter starts, and you can download that information for yourself as well. But guys, I did the best I could. I had to do that for myself. I think it's really good. No, they're not being interviewed in Mexico. What the Attorney General was saying, basically, Speak Vision, is they're basically saying that the interview is being conducted in America and that they're partnering up with the federal government in America to do the investigation. That's what they're saying. And I just thought it was cool that they actually confirmed during their questioning, during the answer, that they said there's been no arrest at this time. They're just basically saying that the investigation is being done, that they're working with the federal government to ensure that the tragedy is fully investigated. So they're doing all they can with the federal government's assistance in America. So they're teaming up with the FBI, basically. So it's the FBI and the Mexican officials that are working team hand in hand to fully investigate this tragedy. So that's good news, guys. This case is not going to fall through the cracks. Y'all know how the FBI is. There are some problems that I have with it, in that, as we talked about, the person who did the autopsy is not licensed. That was the issue I have. And then we don't know about this doctor. But other than that, it looks like they're not going to let this slide. They're really doing their part. They're actually still in communications with the FBI here, and they have submitted requests, and that the CABO 6 are in fact being interviewed. And we have that from the Attorney General himself saying that they're being interviewed. So that's good that we have actual solid information. We're not just hearing it from a reporter. We're hearing it from the Attorney General himself. That's good news to me, because I will at least see some work being done. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Justice for SHANQUELLA, y'all. We gonna get some justice. I am excited. So Giselle said, you did good, girl. The only difference I'm reading between Spanish and English are the vowels. Oh, so Giselle, anybody here speak English, Spanish? Maybe somebody else could help us. Right. Sarah says, I've never believed Gerardo Zazinga because everything he says turns out to be a lie. And I think he's always doing things for money. Exactly. That's how I feel, which is why, guys, I'm starting to go directly to the Attorney General's page in California, in Baja California, sir, because I can't really depend on them. And as you can see, that was a female reporter asking about it. So it's not just Gerardo in Mexico that's covering this case. There are other Sierra, I love Sierra. She said you tried, Queen. I did, guys. But anyways, there are other Mexican reporters in Mexico reporting on this. I mean, it's clearly evident that that was a female reporter there just asking that question. So Gerardo Zuniga is not the only one. It just looks like I don't know how he made his voice more loud. Maybe, I don't know what he did. He probably tapped into whatever he did, y'all. But anyway, there are other reporters in Mexico that are talking about this case, that care about this case. The Mexican citizens care about the case. Like, it's a huge, big deal over there. It's huge over there. So I'm like happy they're not letting this case slide. We just gonna have to be patient, y'all. Just it sucks. I don't know. They're really fully investigating this. I'm just saying, y'all, they got a video. What are they? It must be that they can't find some of the CABO 6. We already know some of the CABO 6 have relocated. So they might be trying to figure out where they are and have to work with their attorneys too, because there's that part of it where the attorneys might be telling them they plead the fifth. They don't want to talk. So that might be an issue. So you never know what's going on. I know they also were doing their own independent, the FBI is doing their own independent autopsy. So I'm not sure if they're still waiting for a toxicology test to come back, because again, we don't know what's in SHANQUELLA's system. Remember what Tequila Long said during an interview with Gerald, is that she felt like her sister might have been, like they might have put some drugs in her or something. Maybe they put something in her drink. I don't know. Again, all these are just opinions because nobody knows what happened. But she was just saying her sister was acting really odd and that she thought maybe her sister had been, somebody may have given her some drugs or something. I don't know, maybe spiked a drink or something. That's what she said she felt like. So maybe she requested that the FBI do a toxicology, test analysis on, because they did do their own autopsy. So that could be the delay and the questioning of the CABO 6. We can actually have a confirmation that they're being interviewed. I'm so happy. Yay. So we got something going on, y'all. We got something. Okay. And if y'all want to hear the whole thing, again, like I said, y'all can go ahead and download it yourself. Oh, so Giselle, help a sister out. Help a sister. You know what? Can I invite Giselle? I wonder if I can invite Giselle. She said, I am fluent Spanish and English. I'll be more than happy to help. Okay, can you help us translate it then? I'm going to play it one more time because I translated the best I could. I had somebody translate it for me, okay? But if you can translate it for us, since you know both, that would be a blessing too. If we could just have you. This will be my first time trying to invite somebody. Can I invite? Okay, look, let me see if I can invite you. This is the first time I'm inviting somebody. A female reporter, Remy, I just played the video. You might be late. That's for you, Giselle, if you can come on to the live, girl. You are late. I think you're late to the video. We just talked about that.
Gracias.
Hold on, let me just
Buenos días, gobernador. Buenos días a la mesa.
hold on, let me try it again.
Acá estoy.
Let me go right back to this because she might be able to do it more accurate. The person I had translated for me, I don't know if they did it all the way right. I mean, it sounds right. I know a little bit of Spanish too, so.
Todas las obras que se van a hacer. Y de una vez.
So, Giselle, can you get on? I'm gonna see if Giselle, can you use that? Can you use that link to? I don't know how to people to join. Can you use that link to see if you can join, Giselle? This is my first time doing this, guys. I know you put the link in the chat, but I don't know what happens after that. I think you would just appear somewhere on the bottom or something. Remy, girl, I think you're late, sweetie. I'm talking about the video. I'll just play it again, and Giselle, when you join, girl, you just watch it, and then you can join the chat if you're able to, or join the stream. I'm gonna play it again. This is what I'm talking about, Remy, girl. I'm talking about the reporter. This man here on the screen is the governor of Mexico, and he met with the attorney general who is going to be potentially prosecuting the CABO 6, who actually sent the extradition request. I tried connecting, it wouldn't let me. Give me a second. I'm gonna try again. Okay. Yeah, girl, I've never done this before. I know you're supposed to send a link in there, but you're supposed to use the link. I don't know how the heck. Okay, but anyways, this man on the screen is the governor who met with the attorney general who will be prosecuting the CABO 6. And they had a press conference today, Remy. You might have come later. And during that press conference, after they, gave their speech about what they plan to do, okay, click the link and Giselle will be backstage. Then you click her in. So do I click the link too, Nicole? Click the link and Giselle will be backstage. and then you click her in. Also, she clicks the link, Nicole, and then there will be a backstage somewhere, and then I just let her in. Okay, y'all let me know. I need y'all help because y'all know. Just click the link, Giselle. That's what Nicole said. So they met today for a meeting and they talked about what their plans are going to be regarding the crime in their country. Well, during that, after they finished their spiel, their speech, a female reporter asks a question about the SHANQUELLA case. She said, what are we going to do about the American woman who is, basically brutally unalived in our country? Are you going to do something about that? Basically, that's just a summary. That's not like her word for word, but that's essentially what she said. Then the attorney general came and spoke about it, and he went over the specific procedures that he did, which I just read. But if Giselle can, okay, you said Giselle clicks first, then you add her. Okay, I'm waiting for her to click it then. Okay, and then Giselle, I'm having Giselle see if she can, translate it also word for word. Okay, she is here. Thank God. Okay, I'm adding you to the start.
Hello.
Hi. Oh my God, this is my first.
Okay, finally.
Oh my gosh. Hi, love. Okay, guys, this is my first time. Y'all need to give me a congratulations in the chat because I finally did something right. Okay, I love you, Giselle. Hi, boo. Okay,
Hey,
I'm gonna
love.
play it again. I'm gonna see. Can you just translate it for us? Because I translated it based on what my friend told me, but I may not have gotten it all the way right because sometimes people's translations be off. So can you translate it for us?
Yes, I'll try my very best.
Okay, I'll press play and I'll let you. Do you want me to play some parts and stop and then you translate?
Yes, that would
okay. Just tell me when to stop. Then I'll start playing.
Les digo a los vecinos de Los Olivos, le vamos a cumplir este año. Y a los de la ladrillera.
Not for this part, just when the reporter starts. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
De la ladrillera y continuaremos con la calle y a la Rosales hasta
just when the female starts talking.
Okay. Las dudas que tengan porque este año le vamos a dar otro paso. Yo espero que al tercer año de gobierno, nuestra ciudad ya haya sido mejorada en la infraestructura urbana. Pero de ese tema hablamos nosotros. Hoy es de seguridad y hay que concentrarnos en ello. Un abrazo y gracias a todos ustedes.
Okay, so now the governor just finished. So right now I'm gonna need you to start translating. The reporter's gonna start, okay?
Okay.
Gracias, gobernador. Le daríamos a Luis Roldán. ¿Dónde está Luis?
Sí, señor. El primero en preguntar es Xiomara de Más Noticias. Una pregunta, por favor.
Buenos días, gobernador, y a la mesa. Preguntarle en relación, ya comentaba un poquito sobre el tema de la joven asesinada.
Okay, she's like, okay, Governor, I just have a question concerning the young lady, which is Shanquella.
En los Cabos. Sigue en pie el tema de la extradición, saber también, entonces no ha sido
And then she says, the question I have is basically, are they still going to, what's that word? I'm sorry. Are they going to still follow up with the case and have the CABO 6, basically go to Mexico?
Detenida esta persona que les han informado en estas últimas semanas, estos últimos días.
And then she says, she's asking the governor, what are they doing about the case and what have they been doing the last couple of weeks and couple of days?
Sobre las personas que estuvieron también presentes, que aparecen pues en este video, ya fueron identificadas.
And then she asked about have the CABO 6 been identified and basically are they going to have to go to Mexico, in other words?
Y también si hay una orden de aprehensión en contra de estas personas. Gracias.
And then she asked if there's an order of arrest for them to be taken to Mexico.
Bueno, muchas gracias, con su permiso. Bueno, en relación a la pregunta, efectivamente ya hay un mandamiento judicial.
Did you hear what he just said? Huh?
Okay. So just to sum everything up, what she's asking Governor is, what have they done the past couple of weeks, the past couple of days to basically, what have they been doing with the case, and have they also identified couple six, and if they are going to be have to be arrested and taken to Mexico?
Okay, so what did he just say right now?
Okay, I want to hear what he said. I'm sorry.
Do you want me to rewind that part? Take that part
Yes,
back?
please.
Okay.
Luis, Roldán, ¿dónde
Sí.
está Luis?
Sí, señor, el primero en preguntar es Xiomara de...
Buenos días, gobernador, y a la mesa. Preguntarle en relación, ya comentaba un poquito sobre el tema de la joven asesinada en los...
Migratoria también. Bueno, muchas gracias, con su permiso. Bueno, en relación a la pregunta, efectivamente ya hay un mandamiento judicial por el delito de
He's, I can hear a little bit more because it's kind of it cut halfway. You can play it, love.
La infraestructura urbana. Pero de ese tema hablamos nosotros. Hoy es de seguridad y hay que concentrarnos.
Quitaron internacional con el apoyo a la alerta.
Detenida esta persona que les han informado en estas últimas semanas, estos últimos días, y sobre las personas que estuvieron también presentes, que aparecen pues en este video, ya fueron identificadas, y también si hay una orden de aprehensión en contra de estas personas. Gracias.
Bueno, muchas gracias. Bueno, en relación a la pregunta, efectivamente ya hay un mandamiento judicial por el delito de feminicidio en agravio de la víctima. Se solicitaron tanto la ficha roja Interpol.
Can you translate that part?
Yes, he said that concerning the question that she made, that basically there is a extradition for one of the, which is I'm pretty sure Dejanay, and basically that there has been a red alert, and that's where he stopped at. I don't know, like in Spanish it's like you have to like they explain themselves, so I kind of like needed to hear a little bit more. Like you can like let him basically say the whole thing, and then I'll be able to translate it.
Okay, so I'll just keep playing and you tell me if you want me to stop then.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ya está emitida la alerta migratoria también por parte de las autoridades de INAMI y para la entrada y salida del país, y también solicitar la extradición internacional con el apoyo de la Fiscalía General de la República y las autoridades de la Secretaría de Relaciones Exteriores. Ya se han hecho los trámites pertinentes a las autoridades norteamericanas. Se está siguiendo el curso ya del propio procedimiento legal que la autoridad norteamericana desarrolla en base a los protocolos de esas instituciones. Y en lo relacionado con su pregunta también, si se amplía, no hay ninguna impunidad en el caso, se está investigando integralmente. Era importante ahorita sacar, sobre todo obtener el mandamiento judicial de la presunta responsable de esos lamentables hechos, pero también por omisiones o inclusive alguna situación de autoría
that
delictiva
they
y de
have
complicidad.
put in the paperwork and all the things that they need in order for, Dejanay, for her to be basically taken to Mexico. They're waiting for the North American, which, the government, the U.S. government, to basically finish. They have to accept it. Like all the paperwork is in. And so right now they're just waiting for the Americans to kind of just like give them the green light. And that's when I'm, guessing that that's when, the government, and what are they called? The marshals, and they're going to be looking for her. So they basically, what he's saying, in other words, that they have done everything that they needed to do, and they have filled out all the paperwork, and basically, Desjardins should be being arrested very soon, or as soon as the North American police or government, give the green light.
Now, this just a disclaimer. We all have speculated that we think it's Desjardins, but he doesn't actually say any names at all. So
Okay, yeah.
that we're all
This is the one that was in the video.
huh?
The one, basically, he said that the lady that was in the video who committed the crime, so basically, in other words, he didn't name her, but they're just waiting for the United States to be the ones to give the green light, and then that's when they will, I'm pretty sure we'll give an update on. And you know what? I really feel like, since he's speaking about it, they must be really doing their job, and
Right.
even investigating the whatever that the doctor did, and police did as well.
Right. I don't think they're taking any shortcuts. They're serious about this case. So this is good news just to hear them say it. But I'm gonna keep playing it so you can continue to translate. Because basically what she's doing is summarizing more so what I say. So it's the same thing, but I gave you guys the word for word, but she's more so kind of giving you the watered down version.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just because Spanish.
I'm just letting everybody know because I did the translation for them in like the word for word.
Yes.
I'm letting them know just in case they're like, what the heck? It's two different translations. No, she's just giving you guys more of a summary, watered down version of it. So it's
yes,
just
I'm sorry. It's just the Spanish words are just a little bit too. I speak Spanish and I'm fluent. It's just some of the words are just a little bit too, it's like you can't really explain it in English. The only way that I can do it is kind of like summarize it.
Yeah, I'm just letting them know because I know they like, girl, I gave you guys word for word, but I love her translation because it's kind of making it more very clear for everybody else because I'm using all the legal terms that he's using, and sometimes the legal terms cannot be clear for the laypersons. So I'm gonna keep playing this.
Yes, ma'am.
Se está investigando, de hecho ya se solicitaron también unas entrevistas en materia de colaboración internacional a las autoridades norteamericanas para que se envíen las entrevistas de las y los amigos que son
okay, you can pause there. So
ahí.
he's basically saying that they're also going to the North American they're just waiting for the CABO. The CABO 6 basically are going to have to give interviews to the Mexican authorities of basically what happened. Like they're basically gonna have to speak about what happened. Like there's basically interviews. They're gonna have to interview them. And they're just waiting for
Guys, we have tea. That is straight tea. We have the direct. They're telling us that the CABO 6 have to be interviewed by the FBI. Ah!
Yes.
You want me to keep going, or is there any more? Okay.
Con el evento lamentable. Entonces, sí se ha hecho todo lo que la autoridad mexicana, o en este caso las autoridades de Baja California Sur, en conjunto con las autoridades federales, hemos tenido que ir realizando en una investigación muy objetiva e integral. Muchas gracias.
And the last thing that he said was that the Mexican authorities have done everything that they need to do in order for the case to be, furthered. And so they're just waiting for the North American, police to give the green light. And, basically like all the paperwork, everything that they need is in. And it's just like right now we're just waiting for the U.S. government. And he just said that basically, in other words, soon there should be a change in the case for SHANQUELLA.
Right. Well, you did a good job. Oh man, I'm trying to see if there's a part I wanted to get to about the arrest. Hold on. I might need you to still translate this, girl, just to see if it's anything still relevant to it, if you don't mind. But guys, basically what he's saying is they're fully investigating this. The CABO 6 are being interviewed. And if they say anything that can incriminate, I'm just saying they gonna be on the hook. But the only thing that worries me, guys, about this, y'all, is he didn't say anything about him investigating the other Cabos. They just
No, they just.
I don't. That's the thing I don't like, guys. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't like that because I don't know how far he's going with this investigation. He just says he's focusing on that one girl or the one person that's on the arrest affidavit.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that. So I'm still kind of not feeling good right now, but I'm happy that they're being interviewed. But I really hope that he goes after all of them. But that may not mean that all 6 will be held accountable. It may just be that the person who did it and maybe the person who recorded it or whoever was complicit in the lie, took part in the lie. So, guys, this case may not be as it turns out. We all want Cabo 6 arrested. That may not happen. But let's keep playing because I think the governor might say something too. Hold on. This is my first time watching the rest of this.
Y el siguiente en el orden de participación, Pedro Mazón, de Foro 10.
Muchas gracias. Buenos días, gobernador. Buenos días a la mesa. Acá estoy. Gracias. Nos movieron para que no se viciara el audio allá. Gracias. Primero, hacer un reconocimiento, ¿no? Por la consideración a un compañero reportero, en el caso de Luis Roldán, a quien respaldamos y por supuesto.
He's speaking about a different case.
Okay, never mind. That's it then. Thank you, Giselle. You're the
No
best.
problem.
Everybody give her some love. She hooked us up.
I hope I could explain it good. I kind of like, since I'm bilingual, I get kind of tongue-tied, but I'm able to summarize it in a way where, everybody can understand, hopefully.
Right, that's exactly, because I did it more the legalese way, where it's like word for word, but you did it more so that lay persons can understand it. So that's why I appreciate you, because some folks probably didn't even know what I was saying. I'm just put all these big words that he was saying, because he was saying it more in a diplomatic way. But I love you. Thank you, Giselle.
No problem.
I'm so happy to. All right, have a good day.
Have a blessed night.
You too, love.
Thank you. Bye-bye. I
am so happy, y'all. So anywho, y'all, I know how to do it now. Now I can add y'all to the stream. Oh my gosh, I can add you guys to the stream. So now when we do our stories, I'm gonna be adding y'all. We're gonna come up and talk. Does anybody want to talk about this right now, or are we about to just close it out? Let me know. Put some ones in the chat if y'all want to come up to the Queen Esquire litigation, y'all. I'm just excited that we actually had somebody on here. It's my first time. But anybody want to come talk about this? What you guys think about this? I'm curious of what y'all have to say. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to do it, and if so, I'll add the link again or something. If I don't see any ones, I'm gonna close this out. I know, Ellen, I'm so happy. Girl, I feel like I did something extraordinary. But everybody give Giselle a hand. She helped us out. Y'all got the legalese translation, and you got the more lay person can understand, summarize it more clearly for everybody. She was wonderful, wasn't she? And she was so sweet. Anybody want to come up and talk about this? Put a 1 in the chat. If not, we're just going to go ahead and say, have a good night. Only thing, like I said, the good news that we got out of this is that the CABO 6 are being interviewed and that they're fully investigating this case. There's not going to be any type of shortcuts, he says, because in his language, he was basically saying there's no impunity, meaning there's no plea bargaining at this point. And even if they do participate in the questioning, it doesn't mean he's going to give them any shortcuts. So basically at this point, there's only one person that he requested to be extradited, and the rest are just being interviewed. I mean, so now we know they're being interviewed, but like my other follow-up question is, what, if anything, is he going to do about the other CABO people? Like, is he going to actually pursue charges against them, or he's just going to let them go about their day? I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't see any ones in the chat, so it look like nobody want to come up and talk. I'm going to go once, go twice. Ellen says, yeah, take those Will says, what do you mean one person did it? We don't know if one person did it or if 2 people did it. Nobody said one person did it. I don't know who he's talking to, if he's talking to me or not. I never said one person did it. You got to go back and listen to the live because you're not listening, Mr. Wild. Yeah, take those steps. Thanks, Giselle. I want to talk another time, but don't really have anything to add. I just want you to come up, Ellen. I haven't talked to you in real life, so I'm happy. Girl, you know I'm all happy now. Listen, in my opinion, it wasn't a female that hit. Okay, we don't want to say that, Remy girl. It's a female. It really is. I know the way she was hitting Shanquella didn't appear to be a female, but we don't want to spread false rumors. She is. Quetti, I did translate it already. Okay, girl, I translated it already. So you have to watch the video. You'll have to watch it from the beginning where I actually translated it verbatim, but she just did it more of like a summary. She didn't go like word for word every single translation. She just did a summary of it. They all failed to get her medical help. Right, Carmen, but that's the thing I'm still worried about, guys, is that they're not really doing the full. I don't know. I don't like that. He only extradited one so far. Is he going to do more? I wish he would have answered the question, the $1 million question that we all want to know is he going to do follow-up requests for extradition, or is he just going to extradite this one person? That's the question, y'all. Is he going to extradite other people? Because it sounds like he's just going to extradite one person, the actual person who brutally beat Shanquella, but it doesn't look like he's only having he's basically having the other CABO 6 people being interviewed to add more investigation, add more substance to the evidence that he has. That is why there hasn't been an arrest, because how can they arrest when the investigation is not even done? The FBI is kind of working hand in hand with him, with the Mexican officials, to complete conduct the full investigation and conduct the interviews at the request of the Mexican officials. There doesn't mean there's a guarantee that they're going to even be extradited after these interviews. The FBI might just say, you know what, or the Secretary of State, the Secretary of State might just decide to have it prosecuted in America. We don't know. But then again, there is a treaty involved, and more than likely, usually America abides by those treaties, because when we have a treaty with another country, that means we generally agree with some of the way they prosecute in their country. We're not just going to have a treaty with every country. So basically, because America has a treaty with Mexico, they're saying most of the time they agree with how they prosecute their cases. So, if the American officials, if the Secretary of State abides by that treaty, more than likely there will be an extradition. My only issue I still have, guys, is that he's only extraditing one person. So, he didn't say anything about whether he intends to, if he finds out any more incriminating evidence, whether he intends to extradite anybody else. He just said there is no impunity in the case. It's being fully investigated. It's important right now to remove and, above all, obtain the judicial order of the alleged responsible for these unfortunate acts, the omissions, including situations of criminal authorship. In fact, he said the with international collaboration material have also been requested from the U.S. authorities. So that is what is happening right now, is the interviews. So it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. So we're just waiting for those interviews, I guess. Oh, man. Kim Selby says, this is not on the news anymore. Exactly. They're paying more attention right now with the Idaho college students. It's ridiculous. Exactly. And when they say Black Lives Matter, they don't matter. Exactly. That is the issue at hand. Where is the publicity about Shanquella and all the other Black victims we have? Oh, gosh. Okay, let's see what Geralda has to say. Once they have Dejanay, the others will follow. Okay. Thank you for reassuring me, Geraldo, because I want to believe that, but I'll be getting a little too emotionally invested in Shanquella's case. Remy girl, that's why I think they should pick her up now. A few nights, Mexico jail will talk. Yeah, they don't have enough at this point. That's why there's no arrest yet. They're still in the investigation stage. This extradition hasn't even, I don't think it is even landed on the magistrate's desk yet, the judge who is going to be issuing the U.S. arrest warrant. I don't think it's even got to that stage. I think the extradition is still with the Office of Internal Affairs and basically with the FBI, basically. It's still in that stage. The Department of Justice has it, which in that department is the FBI. The FBI is the one that has all that documents and doing the investigation. That's where we are. We haven't even moved into all the different departments it has to go through for the extradition to actually come to fruition. Oh gosh, they need to get it moving. I'm gonna just be in prayer, y'all, but at least we know they're working on it. Let's see how big and bad Dejanay is when she gets in that Mexico prison. Okay, let's see how she handled herself. Okay. Guess you always got to do it right to get that conviction. Exactly. You know how you do. Ellen's right. You have to dot your I's and cross your T's. You have to. Dejanay not doing that crime alone. That's a fact. Well, I hope, Remy girl, I hope that they figure something, they do something. I kind of lost a little faith in everything, with all the stuff going on, but we'll see. It's gonna work out. That just did a whole 2-hour special. They sure did do a whole 2-hour special on 2020 about the Idaho 4 students. They are milking that case, y'all. Every day there's multiple stories about Idaho 4, nothing about SHANQUELLA. Period. I am so hurt about this. Man, they probably don't want to tell too much in the news. They don't, because you know how the FBI is. They gonna sneak up on them. That's what they did to Mr. Brian Kohlberger. They didn't say nothing. The FBI was smooth with it. They was like, we don't have any suspects. We're still looking into it. And the whole time they were watching that Brian guy for like 2 weeks after the crime happened. They already knew who the person was. So that's what the FBI is going to do. We're going to be going about our life talking about SHANQUELLA, and before we know it, the FBI they're going to have a press conference talking about, we have issued the U.S. arrest warrant for blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It always happens like that. Ellen says, well, at least you're on it, Esquire. Love you, Ellen. Ellen, I next time you come on the live, girl, you're going to join the live. I need to hear your beautiful voice. You've always been a subscriber, so we got to have a conversation now that I know how to do it. I'm so happy I did something today. This is my suggestion. Hi, LA. Hi, love. She said, this is my suggestion. Detain all the little Satans and Satanettes here in America and let them snitch on each other. It won't even take half a day. Exactly. Shoot, I agree with that suggestion. Okay. I wish. Okay. They all might have to beat that girl. Oh, we don't want to have any violence. Come on now, Wild. Be nice. You doing the most. Right. Order in the court, Mr. Wild. You're going to have to be held in contempt, which means you might be on timeout, okay? Order in the court. Nicole says they aren't going to announce anything until they have them in custody. They all have one chance to do it. Come on, I want one of y'all to come on the platform to discuss it. Come on, anybody feel passionate about this case? Anybody frustrated or happy or whatever about the result, the information we heard from the Attorney General himself who's prosecuting it? What y'all think? They took turns on those they took turns on her. Those are frenemies. I don't even think they're frenemies. They're enemies, in my opinion. They're enemies. The Mexican authorities assigned to the case have done all the proper investigation, and they turned in all the necessary documents for an arrest to be made for the one in the video who is responsible. Exactly. She is sending right now. Thank you, Giselle. Love you, girl. You're going to have to be my little translator going forward. But Giselle is basically giving us the basically summary, not the full, not everything he said, but just like a little snippet of what he was saying. Essentially, basically, is that they've done everything they could on their end. They're waiting for the FBI in America to do their part, basically, and that they have already submitted a request for all the CABO 6 to be interviewed. So they're being interviewed as we speak. Okay? As we speak, each of them are being questioned. Now, the question I have is whether they're able to find some of these CABO 6, because you already know some of them fled their homes that they had original addresses. Now, the FBI can find everybody, but I'm just wondering if that was the delay. Were they trying to figure out where some of these people fled to? For example, Khalil. Did Khalil flee to Virginia? Or where his other ties are? Let me look up what his other ties are, because Khalil has a lot of family, I believe, in, I think it's Virginia. You guys gotta go back to my other video on that. It is Virginia, isn't it? His residence is in Charlotte, but we already know he fled from Charlotte. And yes, he has a lot of ties. His aunt, Leticia Greens, lives in Richmond, Virginia, while his uncle, Michael Penn, lives in Martinsville, Virginia. So that's really where his ties are. So I'm predicting that they're Khalil's in Virginia. Who knows where the rest of these people are hiding out at? So that could possibly be a delay. That could possibly be. Yeah, 2020 needs to do a story on Shanquella. I agree with that. What's up with 2020 not doing the story? Maybe if all of you guys can, go to 2020's page or something and email them and say, hey, what's up with the story? You haven't done the story on Shanquella, because that's not right. They're doing all the stories on Idaho 4. Y'all can all go there. I need everybody to go and email 2020. Go to the 2020 website and tell them they need to cover the story of Shanquella Robinson. No, they all helped move her. That's even more weird to me. Exactly, Ruby girl. They dressed her. I mean, I'm hearing that this picture is valid, guys. I'm hearing around the YouTube streets. Nazir allegedly has come out and said this is actually Shanquella. And I don't know if it was really him, but one of the YouTubers, and I'm pretty sure y'all already watched her because y'all be watching everybody and their mama about this topic. And they said that they they messaged Nazir on his Instagram and asked if this picture was legitimate, and he claimed that it was legitimate. Now, we can't believe everything that Mr. Nazir says, because Nazir be lying, okay? In my opinion. Nazir be lying, okay? So, but if it is her, somebody dressed her, and they all had to participate in that. How the heck were they able to dress this girl? One person couldn't have done that, and I'm pretty sure she was pretty heavy if she had already passed away. Like a lot of my theories that she already had passed away. So somebody had to participate in dressing her. And then who told the doctor that she died of alcohol poisoning? That was also accomplice. That was complying and lying to the authorities. So there's some criminal conduct there. I don't know. Maybe this prosecutor moves silent, kind of like the FBI, in that he's not going to give all of his cards to us. He's given us bits and pieces that, yes, I've submitted the request to interview the CABO 6, but maybe he's not going to come out and explicitly say, hey, I am planning to prosecute all these people for whatever crimes they're responsible for. Because he may not even be coming out with all the things he plans to do. It looks like he's actually taking this serious, though. Based on the words he's using, that he said there's no impunity. Wow. The appropriate procedures have already been carried out. He's already saying, I did my part. They need to do their part. It's not on us. It's on the FBI. It's on the American authorities at this point. That's what he was basically saying, y'all. Right, like Nikki said. So this means the FBI is dragging their feet, playing Russian roulette, using this to catch bigger fish instead of seeking justice. That's essentially, it's all on the FBI and America at this point, because the Mexican officials have done everything that they can. They said they're waiting for that. They even submitted requests for all CABO 6 people, all CABO 6 suspects, I'm calling them, to be interviewed. Because during that interview, that can also shed light on whatever criminal responsibility they may have. Now, they're all are being represented by attorneys by this time. So that can put a wrench in the investigation too, because their attorneys might be trying to, refuse to have their client answer any questions. It just, it could cause all kinds of stuff. So that could be another kind of wrench. But at this point, it's really the FBI. Okay. So what we need to be doing is we need to be calling and emailing the FBI. And I've already put those numbers in another video I did. But if you guys let me know if you want me to put those numbers again in the comments of this video, I will do that if you guys haven't got that information yet. The family needs to do a toxicology report along with another autopsy. Right, Antoinette, they have already discussed, like when this whole thing happened, the father confirmed during an interview on Gerald Jackson's page, that the FBI did an independent autopsy. They did that autopsy a couple days before the funeral. So that has already been done. My question was, did they do a toxicology analysis? Because if they did, that also leads to a couple months delay. I mean, we've seen that happen with other cases other people who have had, issues related to cause of death and any drugs or substances in their system. So I'm pretty sure that the family asked for a toxicology analysis, because Tequila, she said during an interview that she suspected that maybe her sister might have been given some drugs or something, because she said her sister wasn't acting normal. So she may have even asked the FBI to do a toxicology analysis, which in that case does lead to another delay, because that takes time for them. And if they're backlogged with other reports that they have to analyze for other individuals, that can lead to more of a delay. So they might have done that, Antoinette. They might have done that toxicology, and you know how thorough FBI is. So I'm pretty sure they're going to look in everything. Okay, so I'm pretty sure they did a toxicology analysis. Thank you, Geralda. Thank you, Love. She said, please hit the like button. If you could please hit the like button, y'all. Please put the numbers again in the chat. They need to get them. Okay. I will put it in the. How about I'll put it in a comment after. Oh, Ellen. Oh my gosh. Ellen is here. Okay, guys, I'm happy. I'm about to put Ellen on. Oh my God. Hi, Ellen.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Oh my God, you sound so adorable.
Hi. I don't know what I have to say, but here I am.
Whatever you have to say about the case. What's your perspective about it?
Well, obviously, some people are guilty.
Exactly.
And go to jail.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that video is one of the most incriminating things I've ever seen.
I know. What do you think about the information that has come out from Mexico today regarding their request for the interviews? Do you think that's some hope for us, or is it just red herring?
It's hard to say, right? But I think it's definitely sounds like good news. It's like you were saying, they're so sometimes the FBI and stuff are so smooth, they have no idea, what they're on. But
right, they are smooth. Are you following the Idaho 4 case?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Weren't they smooth in that case?
Oh my gosh, they were so smooth. It was like, wow, this is impressive.
Right. I lost so much hope in that case. I don't know if you were on my live before. I was like, I feel like they have totally failed, and they've cleared so many people that should have been cleared. Were you on that live?
That's so funny. I kept thinking, these guys know way more than they're saying. I don't think this is cold.
See, I wish I would have added you a long time ago, girl, because you could have called me. I wasn't thinking that way. And come to find out, after looking at the arrest affidavit, girl, 2 weeks after the slayings, they already had their guy. They already knew who it was.
It's amazing. I mean, it's funny because this guy was like, I have a similar major right now in school, so I'm like, this is interesting. But what was I gonna say? It seems like his knowledge of that kind of made it harder for him to, get away with it by overthinking and stuff,
Exactly, they did. That's true, man. That case is just crazy. That case, girl.
Yeah. This case is crazy in a different way.
I know. What do you think about them out here working and stuff? So I hear that Dejanay has been working at her job still. Elise is working at her job, but now it's getting crazy, girl. So people have been calling their jobs every day.
Oh my.
So this is what happened. So the supervisors at their job, the clerks and all of them are hanging up on people. If anybody mentions Dejanay at her job, Blue Rhino, or if anybody mentions Elise at her job, they just hang up.
Really? Is she still working there?
Yeah, or they'll lie. They'll be like, I don't believe them. Okay, there's the rumor out here on another YouTube channel. They called and the clerk was like, oh, she doesn't work here anymore. Same thing with Dejanay. They said she doesn't work there. They say Elise and Dejanay don't work their jobs. But for some reason, I don't believe. I think because they're getting so many calls, I think they're just saying that to get them to stop calling. Do people do that?
Are they really good at their job?
Girl, I guess because and guess what? So I was watching this other YouTuber and she called, right? And the clerk was acting so ghetto, y'all. So the clerk, she gets on the phone And she's like, I don't know why you internet people keep calling and trying to accuse people of stuff that you don't even know anything about. Do you have a job? I was like, oh my God, that's so unprofessional.
You're like, lady, have you seen the video?
Yeah, it's
This
like
woman is dead. Like, hello. Like, that she's like an amazing person. Like, of course we're calling.
right, but it was so unprofessional because she works at the job and she's like, y'all
Yes.
internet people don't even know.
Not prepared.
I was like, that is so hood. That's unprofessional. I would write a review alone saying these people are unprofessional at this office. I would not recommend this place.
You should call him up. You should call him up on a live.
You know, I have not done that because I believe in, okay, although I have my opinion about the job thing, I never want to cross that line because I believe in karma and I need my job, okay? And I'm not about to go into somebody else's livelihood, especially when they haven't been charged. And we honestly don't know what the FBI is doing. Like, what if the FBI did their investigation? Because we don't know truly who was all in that room. We don't even know if Elise was in it. We don't know. We're all just looking at a video and we're thinking, okay, that hand looks like Elise or that hand looks like
definitely.
Spencer. So at the end of the day, I'm learning my lesson from Idaho 4 because I went all in. I was getting emotional and stuff. So I'm like, I'm gonna take a step back and I'm gonna let FBI do their thing because they know more than we know. So what if I call Elise Job talking about this and that and the other, and we come to find out she actually did go in the room and try to stop it and she had nothing to do with it. So now it's like
good point.
Right. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait, but I will watch other YouTubers who are doing it and be an instigator. Yeah, okay. Yeah. There are YouTubers that do call the offices. If you guys are interested in hearing those calls, Shondi Wade makes those calls. Truth Teller Danny makes those calls, and they're pretty entertaining. I'm telling you, y'all might want to go listen to them because they're entertaining. I'd be having my popcorn, Ellen, listening to the calls, laughing.
Yeah, I listen to that. I watch some of that stuff too.
I'd be like, "Oh no, she didn't say that." Eating my popcorn.
Are you serious?
I'm like, that clerk is doing too much.
Man, well, I mean, this year definitely been like a lesson for us all to like, you know, let the police do their job, I guess, because I mean, the Idaho case wasn't what did that for me. Was that I got into all this stuff through the Delphi case. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, I heard about that one too.
The surprise guy that they arrested was like totally left field, and like there were some really suspicious like characters in that story. So yeah, we certainly don't know everything.
Right. He was random. That dude was random. And that Delphi case had me scared that the Idaho 4 case was going to go cold. That's why I was like panicking. I was like, oh my God, they need to do something. And so then I realized I learned a lesson when they came out with the suspect. I was like, okay, I need to stop getting too. So with
I mean, we were all pretty suspicious over that hoodie guy. I mean,
right. But I was really trying to lay low. I was really laying low. I did like my first 2 videos. I was like, I'm gonna lay off this. Everybody kept messaging me saying, talk about Idaho 4. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna wait till they get a suspect because I already know I'm gonna go off on some people I think is
right. Well, at least you're an attorney and understand like the I don't know, the game.
Yeah, that's why I laid off of it because I was like, I'm not even. Everybody kept pressuring me. I'm like, nope, I'm waiting until they get a suspect because I'm done. I'm done. All
right.
So this one I'm learning because I care so much about SHANQUELLA, but let's try to lay low, guys. Let's lay low. Let's not try to jump to conclusions because I'm telling you, the FBI knows more than what we know, and we might be surprised to find out the details that we were making these assumptions that this person did this person did that, and come to find out it may not be what it seems.
Well, especially sometimes the lull is like actually them doing a lot.
I'm telling you, we're gonna be surprised. I can't wait till they come out with the press conference about SHANQUELLA because this is a big case. Now, what I need you guys to do though, I need y'all to message the news stations. I need you guys to message, ABC, News Nation, all them people, all them high profile stations, 2020, all of them.
Yeah, and Nancy needs to get back on it too.
I know. And I need you guys, this is what I need y'all to do, because if you guys message them about, covering this case, we can get it on the bigger platforms, because this case is kind of dying down, and I'm kind of worried about that, y'all. I'm worried, y'all. But
Hopefully it's one of those pregnant lulls that's like they're actually just working really hard. Hopefully.
Ellen, you are so adorable. Yeah, I'm having faith, guys. I'm having faith in the FBI. Guys, I'm gonna put the link in the chat though if y'all want to come join up. Thank you, Ellen, for joining me, girl.
Yeah, my pleasure.
You are so adorable. I just want to say I love you and thank you so much.
Yay! I'm so happy to actually talk to you. I love your channel and all the other things you're doing. You're badass.
Oh, I love you too. Thank you so much, and thank you for helping me, girl. Because you were from day one. Was like, girl, you need to upgrade your stuff.
Oh, my pleasure, dude. You know, we all need some help, right?
Right, and I appreciate you so much. All right, I will be talking to you again every time I'll be having you join in. Okay, girl.
Anytime, dude. Anytime you see me, I'm happy to.
Oh, I love it. All right, girl. Take care.
Okay, peace.
Peace. All right, anybody else want to join? I put the link in the chat if you want to come talk about this case. Going once, going twice. We need you guys. I need y'all in the chat, please, to start messaging, emailing ABC News, 2020, News Nation, Court TV, all of them, because if they're over here talking every day and every night about Idaho 4, they should be doing the same thing about Shanquella. Please. Okay? Please. Video. Oh, okay. So, yeah, we talking about Shanquella right now. Thank you, Emerald. I appreciate you, love. Nice talking to you, Ellen. That made my whole day. I just love her, y'all. She's been with me for a year. Oh, almost a year. Ellen, almost a year. It'll be almost a year. Wait, didn't you join last year, January, for Shanquella Robinson? Sorry, Chesley Chris. It's been almost a year. That's my girl. I love her. But yeah, okay. I guess like nobody want to join. Going once, going twice. I'm gonna go ahead and just close out the line. At least one more. Why y'all scared? Y'all so scared. Y'all care so much about Shanquella, and nobody can come up and give their passionate opinion about this case. I need y'all to come litigate this case for me in the live video. Litigate it for why the FBI is, whether they're doing their job or not. I need some people in here. Come on, y'all. Just click the link. What about Anita? Anita's been talking a lot. Carmen, click the link, girl. Why y'all scared? Nobody want to litigate this case right now? We're going to close court down early then. All right. People are scared in my group. Everybody was, and girl, Ellen, everybody was asking me when I first got what is this called? StreamYard. When I first got StreamYard, they were like, can you add the link to invite us up? And then when I finally learned how to do it, everybody's scared. Okay. All right, guys. So then I'm going to go ahead and end it then. Okay. Melody says she has something to say. Okay. Click the link, love. Melody, click the link. Oh, she said we got used to Helen said we got used to talking with our mouth. Exactly. Y'all not, because I'm always talking at you guys, but I would love to hear you guys. It would be so lovely to start talking to my wonderful subscribers. This is a courtroom, so I want to hear y'all litigate the case or whatever we're talking about. So it would be nice to state your opinions about the cases, because we are the litigators / opinionators up in here. I put the link in the chat, Antoinette, if you want to come up, or Melody. You said you have something to say. I'm going to put it in one more time, and that's it. I'm just going to close out the live. I just need maybe 1 or 2 people to come up. And I need y'all, because everybody's passionate about Shanquella. I want to hear y'all tell us what we can do to move this case forward. I want to hear some people's opinions on that. We do have good news. Okay, we got Keisha. Okay. Hey, Keisha. All right, we're going to add Keisha. Hey, Keisha. Miss Keisha. Okay. Hey, Keisha.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, I think you have an echo going on.
Yeah, give me 1 second, because I hear you through my TV, but I can't hear you through my phone.
Oh, okay. You might have to mute something.
Give me 1 second, because I hear you through my TV, but I can't hear you through my phone. Oh.
Okay, I think she has an echo going on. Turn it off.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, now I can hear you. So I wanted to come up here to say that I kind of agree with you about because I see some of Truth Teller Danny stuff as well, and I kind of agree that right now, because we don't know what the FBI has done. It may be a reason that Elise was still going to work. It may be a reason that, certain people are still doing things. Maybe they have talked to the FBI and the FBI has cleared them maybe. And so, yeah, I agree with you about kind of giving some time because we don't know fully what's going on, in the background.
Exactly, guys. Exactly. Thank you, Miss Keisha. Exactly, because we might be jumping the gun. We only have half a video, y'all. if that, a quarter of a video.
A quarter of a video. Yeah, you're correct.
So yeah. we know for sure who we saw attacking Shanquella. Okay, we would at least have heard from the family that it was Malik's voice, talking on there, and we saw Khalil in the video. But again, we don't know everybody's part in this whole thing. So I think we still need to, adamantly advocate for this and keep it at the forefront. But before we start going at people's jobs and stuff, I think that's because again, that's passing judgment. And then we might be embarrassed to find out you got this girl fired from her job and come to find out she's innocent. She actually went in there and started a fight. And now you looking like an idiot. Okay. And then there's a lawsuit that you can now face because now that's defamation.
Correct.
Because you're lying on somebody who's possibly innocent. So that's why you see some of these news outlets that are going to the jobs. They're not, actually saying people's names and all that. See, we could do that because we're not real journalists. We're just YouTubers. Okay.
Right.
But it comes to calling jobs, I can't. But I will watch and I will laugh and I will have my popcorn. But I'm not
right. That was funny when you said that because, like I said, I'll see Truth Teller Danny and she'll be like, "I need everybody right now to call right now," and I'll be like, "Oh my god."
I'm sorry, like I love you, girl. Do your thing, but I can't do it. I can't.
Right, because I'm like, what if these people's names are clear? We just don't know. I bet you there's so much going on that we have no clue about, and like you said, we're gonna be surprised. Like, oh my god, this whole time, like, yeah, while we were thinking nothing's going on, but like you said, we still want to keep putting it out there in the media and stuff like that. Still keep Shanquella's name alive, but I do think there's a lot of stuff going on that we just don't know about.
Exactly, Miss Keisha. So we're going to take a different approach. I still want us to advocate, but still, I don't think we should pass judgment on some of these people yet. Some of them, at least when it comes to Elise. Now, Nazir's a little shady. What you think about Nazir? He's a little shady, but again, I think we need to put a pause on him too, because I don't know.
I think personally with Nazir, like, I think, with everything that whenever he arrived the next day, whatever, I don't think Shanquella was alive once he got there, but he was trying to semi-cover up for them, but knowing he wasn't involved, but maybe they were lying to him. Maybe, he knew she was deceased, but maybe he didn't, I don't know. They probably told him a lie. So we don't even know that part, like what they could have told him once he got there. So I don't know how to feel. I wish he would lay low. Did you see that one where he was at a friend's house or something after all this happened and he was in his car? And he was like, he showed us little thing or whatever. And I don't think he should have did that. I just think that he should just be cool, because that's kind of taunting, especially when her, families are grieving and they don't know what's going on. I still think if he wasn't involved, don't be all cocky about it, So
you're right about that. Exactly. Yeah. He was waving a pistol. I did a video on that too.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Yeah, the pistol. But yeah, so that's just kind of how I feel about it. And like you said, we don't know. We only can see. And when I looked at it, even with the video, which I only watched once because it's too heartbreaking, I couldn't watch that video over and over with Shanquella. But the ones that were like blurred out, those. But all of them, from Malik to Khalil to Malik and Khalil, they both had the same type of beard. So it was kind of hard to determine who was really standing on the side, because people kept saying the beard, but if you look at their pictures, they had that same shortcut beard going around.
It's a lot of us like assuming things, even though, yes, okay, I agree with you, Wild L23, and I want you to come to the live. I'm not saying everybody in this stuff is innocent. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I want any one of these CABO 6 side. I'm just saying I'm not going to jump to conclusions, taking subsequent steps, calling people's jobs and stuff, telling people to get, fired and stuff when I don't know really the full details. I'm just going to have my opinion about them, and I'm side-eyeing all of them. I'm like, look, I don't like what y'all may have been implicated in, but I'm not going to take a subsequent step to start calling people's jobs. Like, I think that's a little, for me, I will look at some of the reviews at the job. I did that for a video.
Mhm.
Where I looked at some of the job reviews for Elise and talked about it, but I'm not going to take any actual steps to, because I don't know the full details.
Right.
Even
And I
though-
see that
even
Wild
though-
L23's comment, but no, I'm not on Nazir's side. I'm not on none of their sides. I believe in rightful justice.
Okay.
Shanquella, what happened to her was completely wrong. So let me just put that out there. I do not agree, but all I'm stating is kind of what she's saying as well, that nobody's trying to cover nothing up, but we don't know. Like, nobody, besides the fact that we know Dejanay, because she was the one they said was on the camera, was the one who attacked her. Everything else, and we know that a couple of people were videotaping, but everything else we don't truly know. Like, we don't. Nobody knows that but those people that were in the house. And so that's all we're saying, not jumping to conclusions we don't know. But they definitely all need to be spoken to, whatever the case may be. If the FBI hasn't spoke to them, they need to speak to them for sure. Oh yeah, everybody needs to answer and give their statement.
Yeah, and based upon what the Attorney General has said, that the Mexican Attorney General, he has already confirmed that that request for them to all be interviewed has been submitted to the FBI. So they're on that already. They're all being interviewed. So yeah, Wild L23 is, I think you misunderstanding us.
Yeah.
We are not on any CABO 6 side. We're not taking up.
No.
We're not doing that. We're just saying, when it comes to calling people's jobs, I'm not about to do that part of it. I'm gonna wait back on doing any subsequent, like, calling people's jobs. Now, I will call the FBI and I will call up some news stations and say, y'all need to cover this case. What are y'all doing about the investigation? That type of stuff. But it means directly going to people's jobs. I'm not going to do that personally. That's all I'm saying, Wild 2-3. So calm down over there.
Right. Wild 2-3, like, hold up, no.
Hold up. He's in his feelings, girl. Wild L23, I need you to come on and join, because I need to hear your perspective. Because
I would love to hear their perspective for sure.
Right. I'm gonna add TSE, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. Okay, Miss Keisha, thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Happy New Year, love.
Same to you.
All right, TSE, what you doing? Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, love, I'm good. How are you? Happy Friday.
I'm doing good. Happy Friday. I'm having a problem with my voice, so I'm sorry. I probably can't talk much. But I just want to get my perspective on calling their jobs. Now, I do understand, like, the reason why they called, is her name, like, Elise, the one that's in the medical field?
Mm-hmm.
Because the fact that she's even, like, was, around or involved, like, when an assault took place, and the fact that they came to the parents' house and they wasn't truthful of, like, her reason of death. Now, I do understand why they were calling her job, because I wouldn't feel comfortable if I known that any kind of medical professional was involved in something like this and haven't came forward, because it was said that they basically fled Mexico and basically was on the run. And from the looks of it, nobody gave, I wasn't there, of course, but from the reports and what's being reported, they did not give her any aid after the assault happened. It kind of just happened, and they just kind of, like, left her there. It wasn't until hours later. They knew what happened to her, and it was the maid that found her and, like, was trying to get her help. I don't know the details completely, but I wouldn't want to go to a facility where somebody's being investigated in a murder investigation. So, I understand your perspective of them calling her job, but I understand, like, both sides of it.
No, and again, I understand both sides too. Like I said, and I hope people are not misinterpreting me. I have nothing against what anybody else is doing. I actually, like I said, I respect what she is doing. I respect what all the YouTubers are doing. I just said I personally am not doing it.
Yeah, you personally.
I like I said, I like watching her. I love listening to the calls. I have my popcorn out doing it. But I'm just saying, when it comes to me personally doing it, I can't do it. I'm not saying I'm against it.
And then also, too,
I understand.
I'm sorry for interrupting you. But
Sorry.
you also know that in working in the medical field, if you're accused of any type of abuse or neglect, or, I personally feel like Shaquilla was neglected. And in the medical field, if you are investigated with those type of allegations, you are supposed to be suspended until the investigations are over. You're not supposed to work with people if you're being investigated for something of that nature.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I respect what everybody's doing. I'm not trying to come here and say somebody did something wrong. I'm not doing that. I think people are misinterpreting me. I'm just saying, me personally, talk about
you
what
wouldn't do it.
like I
Yeah.
said, I like watching them, and I respect what everybody's doing, making the phone calls. I have respect for them. I just said, me personally, I can't do that.
Yeah.
That's all.
And one more thing that I
I
want to say.
understand. I do understand. Okay.
Yeah. But one more thing I want to say is that a lot of people is expecting them to like come forward and give all of these statements. But I heard, I don't know if it's true, is allegedly that since they all came back to the state, that they lawyered up. And the first thing that your lawyer will tell you is not to make any statement. So I think everybody's expecting them to do something. If they have legal representation, they're not going to tell them, hey, go out and make a statement. Because look what with Nazir, and I'm not taking their side. So please, nobody like say I'm trying to speak up for them, because I feel like what they did was totally wrong. But
exactly.
They're not going to be so willing to make a statement, because whatever they say, even the statement that Nazir made, that could be used against him in court, especially if anyone has sent that live that he made to the FBI. They can use that against him.
I agree with you. That's what I was saying earlier. You might have just joined, sweetie. But I was saying earlier is that one of the delays could be that they already have their lawyers, and their lawyers already have told them not to speak. So that could be a problem.
And especially if they're if they that they can request not to be expedited. So that might be
right. That could lead to an appeal. But I don't even think we're there yet, because there has to be a U.S. warrant issued, and that hasn't even been done.
Right. Yeah, you're right. And then I don't know if you heard, there's so many additional charges because of all of the things that has been done. See, we don't know everything that has been done. We only know what we see in the video. But I heard that there's a lot of more other things that has been done, and the charges are like still adding up, and they have to translate all of that information, from Spanish to English, and they have to make sure that everything that they're reporting is correct, because I believe they only have, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not knowledgeable in the law, but I heard that they only have one chance to charge them with the charges that they're trying to charge them of. I don't know if you know.
Wait,
but
yeah, they do.
Say, for instance, if
so basically, yes, they do. It's true. So,
okay.
So basically, that means, for example, if once they have a jury, so they swear in the jury, and if the jury finds them not guilty, that's it.
Yeah, so I believe they want to make sure they have everything correct with names and everything. So if I was everybody, I would just try to be patient with them and let them, they're professionals. They are trained to do what they need to do. Please let them get every piece of evidence so that they could be held accountable for what they've done. And this is all for justice for Shanquella.
Exactly. I agree 100% with everything y'all said. And like I said, I agree I have nothing against what anybody's doing online or nothing like that. That wasn't my purpose of saying it. I was just saying, because somebody asked me in the chat to call, and I said I didn't feel comfortable. But I love what other people are doing, and I listen in, and I have my popcorn. And
I listen to, is her name Deja? I listened to her too.
She's
the
good.
other
Y'all
day
could go.
She was calling Deja Nae's job with the propane.
Yeah, I love her. Yes. y'all definitely go check her out. She is amazing. She has a petition, y'all.
And she's very professional. I signed a petition.
She's very professional. Yeah. And she calls all the jobs. She knows all the phone numbers. So if y'all want to know what's going on with the jobs, that girl's on it.
And we appreciate you as well. We appreciate you taking out time to even translating the press conference for us. We appreciate you YouTubers, because without you all, we wouldn't know. Like, I didn't know anything about the press conference. So I appreciate you for taking time out to pass along this information for us.
No problem, love. And I gave you all the resources right there too on the screen here. If you want to, look at this, follow this page here, they'll keep you with updates on the
Okay.
SHANQUELLA case.
All right. Well, I appreciate you having me on. I hope you have a great weekend.
And thank you, TSC. I agree with everything you said, girl. Everything you had to say.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night, actually. All right, Wild 3, you on here. It says they will need to connect their mic before you can add them. Okay, Wild L23, you'll have to connect your mic, love. Okay, you did. Okay, there's Mike. Okay, there he is. All right, let us know your perspective because I saw you in the chat. What do you have to say?
Yeah, you misunderstood what I was saying. You misread my comment.
Oh, okay.
I said that they all might have beat that girl up. And you thought I had said that they all should beat that girl up.
No.
And what I was saying was, like, we only know what happened on the tape, but when the tape cut off, the action was still going. So we don't know if they all jumped in and beat that girl up, or we don't know if one or two or three of them, three others jumped in and beat that girl up. And it would be a huge miscarriage of justice if we just assume that Dejanay is the only one that put hands on her. What if there's like other cold-blooded murderers in that room that put their hands on her and we don't know it? But I click on video, and everybody's saying that Dejanay is the only one that did something. We don't know that. It might be other killers in that room that did something, and if they are, they need to be brought to justice.
I agree with you. That's what I was saying. So y'all misinterpreted me. What I said is we don't know the full details. We only have a quarter of the video. That's all we have. So that's why I said it's important that we let the FBI do their investigation because they know more details than any of us know. And that's the key word you said, we don't know. So there could have been more people involved. No, we don't know. We just know what we saw. That's all we have.
Okay.
But that don't mean we're excusing anybody. We're saying everybody need to be investigated, which is good because they are all being investigated and interviewed, which is what we just found out from the Attorney General who submitted the request. So we agree with you. That's the agreement. Yes.
Well, what I was responding to when I first clicked on your video, that might be what you mean, but I think you made it sound like you were saying something else.
No, I said it. I said what I said. I said we don't know. I said exactly what you said. We don't know.
I wasn't talking about that comment. When I first clicked on the video, you were saying something about it. You was disappointed that the FBI is only like, or whoever, they're only targeting the one who did it.
No, I didn't say that. I said I'm disappointed right now at this stand that I only am hearing from the Attorney General here that he's only extraditing one and only interviewing the other individuals. And I would just like to hear more from him regarding what's his future intentions. So that's all I'm saying. I want to know what his future intentions is. Is he going to actually take any subsequent steps, whatever? But like I said, it could just be that he's just not telling us all of his he's holding all of his cards to himself and just giving us bits and pieces of information.
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
All right. I can't rewind it right now, but I'll after the video I'll timestamp it what I was talking about. You don't realize what you said, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, whatever I said, I mean, you must have interpreted. You must have came into the live late. You got to watch the whole live from the beginning. But that's what I said. You could timestamp it or not. But what I meant and what I said was that the Attorney General, when he interpreted what he said, was that he was only extraditing one person at the time, and he submitted a request that all CABO 6 people be interviewed. And I said, I just will hope that, after this all is done, I was disappointed. I was like, is he gonna actually extradite all of them, or what's he gonna do? That's what I was saying. I was more so jumping to conclusions.
You said you wish they would extradite more than just the one who did it. You don't realize you don't realize you said that, but that is what
I said. I mean, yeah, that's what I said. I do wish that. But like I said, even during the subsequent information, I said that maybe he's just holding his cards. You have to watch, you have to listen to everything I said. I may have said that initially, but I said maybe he's just holding his cards. He's not going to tell us his future intentions. Either way, we're both in agreement. So I don't see where the disagreement is. We both think that they all should be investigated. So I mean, I don't see the disagreement.
Yeah.
I agree.
Did you have any more questions?
No, I don't have any more questions on that.
Yeah.
Nope. All right. Thank you. All right. Anybody else want to come up? Anybody else need to come up? Anybody else would like to join? Let me know. Anybody else going once, going twice? Right, like Tony said, I might need to, because I'm like, what is he talking about? We agree on the same thing. I'm saying I agree. Okay, I don't know what we arguing about here. What are we arguing about? Come on now, people getting in their emotions. All right, I had to let him go because he was getting a little contentious, y'all. Like Exo Tony said, he might need to be introduced to the block ministry. Exactly. I'm like, why is he mad? Like, we all agree on the same thing, that we think all of them need to be investigated, like I said. And that I said what I said. I said what I said. You can play it black, rewind it, play it slow, rewind it again. I said I was disappointed because I want to see all of them be extradited. Okay, that's just my emotions. In my emotions, you know, emotionally, you want to see everybody extradited, but then I had to will it back in, and I said, you know, maybe he's not telling us his future plans right now. Maybe he is holding his cards. You know, he's holding it in, and he's first going to work on getting Dejanay extradited. During the interview process, they may find out more information that they could use to prosecute the rest. That's what I'm saying. See, y'all. Some of y'all come in, right? Just wanted to argue, Darlene. Like Darlene said, just want to argue. What you arguing about? We both agree. I'm trying to figure out where the disagreement is. Can somebody tell me in the chat or join the live and let me know where the disagreement was? Because I don't know where we disagreed on. We were both agreeing. Okay. I just said, for my personal opinion, I just talking about what I would do. And I just said, I'm just going to wait to take any subsequent actions on any jobs or anything and try to, you know, protest people's jobs. Although I don't have a disagreement with anyone else doing that. If anybody else, everybody has their own decision-making in this, how they want to proceed. Everybody does. Everybody's different. Just because I'm not going to do something doesn't mean I don't agree with what someone else is doing. I'm just saying, me personally, I'm not going to get involved in calling a job, but that doesn't mean I disagree. Like I said, I love Danny, Truth Tell Danny. I love all the YouTubers out here that are advocating for SHANQUELLA, and I am in support of everybody. I watch everybody's YouTube channel on here. I don't have any issue with that. And like I said, I think all of them need to be investigated, and I'm hoping that he will actually take some subsequent steps, this Attorney General, and he's not just going to extradite Dejanay. I hope he extradites eventually some more people. That's what I'm basically saying. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Exo Tony. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out where the disagreement is. We both agree. I have been researching this case since 10. That's why I didn't, you know, everybody kept asking me. All right. Ellen says she needs to get some dinner. Good night, love. Love you, Ellen. Word, I have been researching this case since 10-1 and found a lot of information, connections, and found me, etc. It's wild. Oh my gosh, really? Wow. Right, Antoinette said this is not the place for that. We need to sit back and let the AG do this thing. Right, let them do it. Let's let them do it. Right, like Sierra was saying, I was being patient with him, Sierra. I was like trying to listen and hear him out, but I'm trying to figure out, well, where are we disagreeing at? We both agree. Everything he's saying, I agree with. I don't know what the problem is. I think he wanted me to say it the way he was saying it, exactly word for word. I don't know. Sierra said, Queen, he was getting on my nerves. Like I said, leave the courtroom, please. Oh, you was right. You did tell me to leave the courtroom a while ago. I should have listened to you. Girl, y'all need to tell me warnings in the chat some more, because I was trying to be nice, but he was acting up. I think he just wanted to have a problem. I don't know what the problem. I don't know. We want justice for Shanquella. Everybody wants justice for Shanquella. We support everybody who's on YouTube that are advocating for Shanquella. I just want to make that very clear. I'm in support of all YouTubers who are advocating for Shanquella. I don't know. I think people are getting confused with that. It's so hard sometimes communicating on YouTube because every little thing you say gets misinterpreted. And you're like, oh my God, I have to really think about every word I say because people will misinterpret it. It is so frustrating, man. I need a bailiff. Oh yeah, Ellen's my bailiff, but she has to go eat. All my moderators are the bailiffs, okay? Okay, yeah, my bailiffs are Ellen, Amazing Tribe. I need to add some more people I trust to be bailiffs in here. But Ellen, I know you got to get your food, girl. So get your food, girl. Nanette said, I'm so excited that we can talk. I know. I already love listening to you, and now we can talk. I know I'm so excited, but I'm a little scared now. If people going to be coming up here arguing with me, I don't have time for that. I don't like drama. Y'all, if y'all subscribe to me, y'all already know I do not do drama. I like positivity every day, all day. I don't get in any mess, period. Okay, period, poop. But people like to start drama on this YouTube stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, sometimes I need to take a step back. All right. Okay. Now I don't give out any emails or nothing like that. Remy girl, I don't do that because I had a lot of stalkers on here. So I don't do that anymore. I don't do PayPal. I don't do super chats. I don't do none of that. The only way you can reach out to me is just message me on YouTube. That's all it is. Okay. YouTube and more YouTube. Because I had some stalkers. I think Ellen was around when there was a lot of crazy stuff with the Kevin Samuel story. The Kevin Samuel story, it was getting some crazy stalkers and threats, and I stopped. I just took down all my email stuff, and I haven't done that ever since. So sorry, Remy girl, you got to message me on here. I'm like, why do people want to argue? Like her said, why do people like drama? I don't like that. I agree with everybody. Like I said, I don't have any issues. Do not come on here and accuse me of nothing. I love everybody, period. I don't do drama, none of that. That's not me. But I am advocating for Shanquella, and I hope that the FBI finds out more information. I'm just saying I'm not about to go out here and start directly contacting these CABO 6 people. I'm not going to do that part. I'm just going to speak up for Shanquella, do research, give my opinions, and that's all I will do. That's all I'm saying, just for me. But if people want to go out and do stuff, do it. Yes, do it. I have nothing against everybody's an individual. That's the thing you guys have to understand. Everybody is independent people. They're going to make their own choices. It's not up to me or anyone else to tell someone what they should do with their life. I'm talking about me. When I say something, I'm telling people what I'm going to do. That doesn't reflect on what somebody else is doing. I got to be very clear about that. I had to say that like 10 times because I don't do that. I don't do that. Right, like Sharon said, he act like he's on their side. Why are you on Cree's channel? Boy, bye. Exactly. Charlotte, like really? I don't do emails, Remy girl. Love you, girl. I do have an Instagram. It's called, what is it called? Queen Esquire Gal or whatever. But I don't even read it. So like I said, I don't do extra stuff out at YouTube because I had crazy stalkers. I had some crazy stuff happen, and ever since then, I just took it all down. I stopped doing that, and I learned a lesson. So the only way you can reach me, you're just going to have to message me on here or go to that Instagram, Queen Esquire Gal. But again, I don't really check it, so you're going to have to wait till I get to it. Okay? She said, Ellen said, I'm here at the grocery store. Girl, what you going to get? You going to make us some dinner? I'm just kidding. All right, guys, I gotta go now. Everybody, I gotta leave. All this drama, it made me tired. All right, justice for Shanquella. We have some good news. Attorney Daniel Anaya is on the case, and he is not playing. No shortcuts, no impunity, and everybody is being arrested. Right. Hi, GA testimony. She says lots of obsessed men who don't know boundaries. Exactly. Okay. That's what I was going through. I had some crazy stalkers. Ellen, no, it was scary. It was so scary. I had to contact the FBI about my situation. They were trying to find out where I lived, all this stuff. I was like, these people are crazy. After that, I was like, no more emails, no more nothing. If you want to contact me, do it through YouTube, and that's it. And just another thing, please, guys, do not put any other YouTubers' names in the chat or in the comments, because I will have to delete the comments or I will block you. Do not do that. I only want to talk about Queen Esquire's channel only, period. Please, just don't do that to other YouTubers either. It's so rude. Like, it's a pet peeve of YouTubers. They don't like it when you put other YouTubers' channels. It's not that we're against any other YouTubers. We just don't want to hear about it. We're talking about what's on our platform only. So please don't do that, because I don't want to have to delete your comment. I want your comment to be posted, and I don't want to have to put you on timeout or block you. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Besides, we all watch everybody's channels. So if you put a comment that says, oh, such and such did this video, well, I already know, because I probably already watched it. So it's like, I already know everything on YouTube. Please don't do it, y'all. Please. And if I have my moderators, if you could keep reminding people in the chat, any moderators like Ellen or Amazing Tribe or anybody else who's in the chat who's a moderator, just please remind people in the chat not to refer to any other YouTubers. Please do not tell me about what a YouTuber did on a video. That is a huge pet peeve of mine, because my work is my work. I talk about my own opinions. I don't want to hear what such and such did, because that's their opinion and that's their channel and they're doing their content and their mindset. Why would I want to go and just repeat what somebody else did? Like, no. If you like what they did, go over there and watch what they did. And then if you want to come watch what I'm doing, then come watch what I'm doing, then go to another YouTuber. Not try to tell another YouTuber to do exactly what you saw somebody else do. It's like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, y'all? Hi, Noah. Yeah, girl. Now we just rambling on, girl. You gotta watch from the beginning. Remy says, it looks like a guy that was hitting Shanquella, in my opinion. Sure, everybody's saying that, but it's a Dejanay is a girl, Remy girl. I know you said what you said, but Dejanay is a girl. She is. I'm sorry. That is what it is. All right, Ellen, love you so much. Love everybody in the chat. Thank you for hearing me ramble on. All the information's at the beginning of this live. Sorry, guys. Have a good night. Like the video, please, so we can get it out and spread the word that all the CABO 6 are requested to be interviewed, because the Attorney General has submitted that request. So that's good news that we at least got from this conference. Have a good night, guys, and happy Friday. Yeah, go back to the beginning. Hi, Nee. Love you, girl. Have a wonderful night. Love all of my subscribers. Be blessed, everybody. Positive vibes only, please, on this channel. Please be positive. That's all I want. If you're not positive, you got to go. I just love being happy. I love flowers and rainbows. That's it. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Sherry says, I'm sorry. I was getting mad because he was attacking you, Queen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm the last person to attack. I'm like the most sweetest person you'll ever meet. All y'all got to do is go look at my community page. I love happiness. Now I love talking about these cases, but I'm the last person you need to argue with. I'm the coolest person you'll probably ever meet, to be honest. So it's like, what are you arguing about? And then especially Charlene, there was nothing to disagree about. We actually, if you play it back, we were both agreeing to the same thing. I don't know what he was mad about, y'all. I don't know. All right. Good night, guys. I love you all. Take care. Be blessed.